What's up, guys? It's Christian here, and it's around midnight. It's midnight right now, and I just recorded a video talking about how, talking about habits. How if I've been doing a good habit for a long time, let's say I've been in the gym for a month. It's gonna be easier for me to get into the gym as compared to if I had been skipping the gym for the past, honestly, even the past 3 days. And at the same time, with that, there is say for example, I have been staying up late. If I stay up really late one night, it's going to be easier to stay up late the next night. And then if I'm not careful, if I don't police that, before I know it, I will be, staying up late for a number of nights, to the point where now that I'm conscious about how I'm going a whole bunch of nights without sleeping, it'll get to me, and then I want to change this bad habit, but it's now it's a habit, and so it's harder to break. It's harder to stop that because it's consistent behavior. And so anyways, that's what the last video I recorded was about, and I'm making this video now because I just recorded that video, and after I hit the button to stop recording, I'm like, oh my gosh, what else could I talk about? And so I remember, that's a quote that I heard Alex Hormozi say, was that you don't need to feel like working, you just need to start working. It was like I heard it when he was on the podcast with Chris Williamson, and what Chris was doing was that he was reading quotes from that Hormozi, whether he said or he tweeted, reading them back to him, and then they have a conversation based around that quote, and then it's that with the next quote and the next quote for the podcast. And so Chris read that quote to Alex. So you don't need to, I might be paraphrasing that, you don't need to, but it's you don't need to feel like working to be working. You just need to start working, and then you'll feel like it. And then after Chris read the quote to Alex was like, and I'm married to that. Literally, for granted, I had to get adjusted to my school schedule and everything after returning to school, but now that I recorded that video, I'm like, oh my gosh, what other videos can I make right now? And real talk, that's how I feel after I record every video. And it's honestly like that with studying or exercising or everything. Once you get started, you can't stop. And of course it makes me, beat myself up about all the times when I, was undisciplined with basketball, because there were a lot of times when I would put off going outside to practice, and then I went outside and I was like, you couldn't take me off the court. If you just got started, dude. So that's the lesson that I wanted to share real quick, is that you don't need to feel for those who stay up late, and as you see right now, I'm guilty of this as it's midnight right now. You don't need to feel like sleeping to go to sleep. You just need to sleep. But yeah, you don't need to feel like exercising in order to exercise. You just need to get you just need to get in the gym and get started with your routine. You don't need to feel like waking up in order to start your morning. You just need to get up and then get into your routine, and then the feeling will follow. Once you start, then you get that feeling that you were looking for. if you were to say, well, I don't feel like it, so I won't, that's going to be worse, because now you're walking around with, like, real talk, this is emotional baggage that you'd be walking around with, like, knowing that you could, but you didn't. And I know that feeling too well, as I am not where I want to be with basketball. And that feeling I'm talking about is regret. No more of that. And that means I'll do what's required of me even when I don't feel like it. So, yeah, do it, even if you don't feel like it. Love y'all. Take care.